Welcome back to Botswana, and today we are going to learn more about Wayeyi people. Who are they and where did they come from?
Hold the classics.
Well, where did they originate from?
The Wayeyi people, they were originally from Western Zambia. They came to Botswana in 1750.
Aha.
Yes, you can find some of the Wayeyi people in areas such as Chobe areas because they migrated from the Zambezi area alongside the river.
And where are they mostly found?
Most of them, they are found in the Ngamiland part of Botswana and alongside the Okavango Delta.
What languages do they speak?
The Wayeyi people, they speak Wayeyi as their language. I'm sad to say this, but I'll just say it. Like most of us here in the Ngamiland area, we do not speak our language. We do not speak the Wayeyi language. It is said that the tribe of Tawana, the Tawana tribe, we forcing our foreparents not to speak the Wayeyi language. They forced them to speak Setswana. They took them as slaves. So they were subject to speak. They were subject not to speak the Wayeyi language. So by so doing, they were really killing this idea of teaching us Wayeyi. They were creating a communication barrier. They were forcing us. Look at what they've done. They caused us not to know our mother language.
And is the language still spoken nowadays?
Yes, there are some of the Wayeyi people, especially at the Okavango Delta, who still know and understand the Wayeyi language, and they can communicate fluently in the Wayeyi language.
How do you find the Wayeyi language after you heard it? How did you find the language?
Yes, for some of us who don't understand the language, we find it like it's amazing. Like it was my first time when I started working in the Delta to hear someone speaking the Wayeyi area, the Wayeyi language, sorry. And I was so excited and I was eager to know. Yeah, I learned a few words.
Did you recognize some of the words?
Yes, like if you are greeting someone, you'll be saying Nitishire, like you say, when you want to say goodbye, you say Wasara. Yes, it was very amazing. It was so nice and so good to learn the language, and I was eager to learn the language. And I was also privileged to know a little bit of the history of the Wayeyi because my parents, my grandmother, her father was like a Khosi. I don't know how to say it, like more like a chief.
Do they have a chief?
Back in the days, like in the laws of Botswana, it was not allowed, or the Wayeyi people, they did not have a representative at the Ntluyaji Khosi. They do not have the chief of their own. For so many years, they were still subject under the Tawana. They were like grouped as one tribe with the Batawana. By so doing, they did not have a voice to speak.
So without their own chief, who represented them?
As me, coming from the Wayeyi Khotla in Maung here in the Ngamiland, I was very young, but I witnessed my parents fighting for their rights. They were fighting. They needed a chief of their own. Yes, I may not understand much, but I could see them like almost every day going to the khotla. A khotla is a place of gathering. This is where a chief stays. It's more like the office of the chief. That's where the rules of the ward are being made. That is where the meetings of the khotlas, the meetings are being taken. So I could see my parents like they were going there. They had a community, they had the group, and this group they named it Kamanakau. This was the Kamanakau group. It was a group of Wayeyi. They were fighting for their rights. They needed a chief of their own until they finally won. I think that was in 2008 when, if I'm not mistaken, they were the privileged to have their own shikati. Yes, it was very hectic. At first, they wanted Kamanakau, Shikati Kamanakau. This is where they took the name of their group from. And there was this other lady, her name was Lydia Nyate Ramahobo, something like that. And she was really standing in the gap for the Wayeyi people until they successfully had their own chief. Yes, even though there were still like quarrels and fights amongst the Wayeyi and the Tawana, like who to be the chief, who and what, because the Tawana people still wanted to rule and they still wanted to have subject over the Wayeyi. And what I know about the Wayeyi people, most of them, they work in the deltas, they work in the safari companies because they know much about that area. They know more about the animals in that area. They might have not gone to school to study the area, but because they've stayed in that area for a long time, they know the area inside out. Most of them, they are safari tour guides. People travel from different countries, different parts of the world, coming to Okavango Delta, and I can assure you most of the people that will be taking these people, showing them around, it is the Wayeyi people. They teach them about the animals in that area. They've studied the animals in that area. They've stayed with the animals in that area, and they know the area very well. And you find that even though they've never gone to school, like to study about the plants in that area, to study about the animals in that area, comparing the information they give you and the information that people are learning at school, are learning at like wildlife safari schools, where those academics that are teaching about the safari things, you find the information to be true, so true, and they are full of knowledge. They are so knowledgeable. As for the ladies in that area, in the Wayeyi tribe, the ladies in the Wayeyi tribes, they are so creative. They make big baskets. They make clothing out of like animal print. All these things that they use, they are natural. They take trees from the rivers, they boil, they like they've got the way of making the baskets, making like some colors, not artificial colors but natural colors, to make those baskets, to make those utensils, to make like leselo. I don't know how to say it in English, but this is what they use, like when they for drying some mabele, their food. They make those baskets. They even make baskets for storing foods. They make baskets for decorating. They make earrings out of these traditional trees. They make every little thing that they make, they take it from the nature. Most of it is from the nature, from the Okavango side. And speaking of tourism, I can speak about tourism from morning until end, because I know my tribe and my culture, they've got this thing, they've got you sorted when it comes to tourism.
Tell us more about Wayeyi cultural celebrations and teachings.
Yes, we've got some celebrations, some cultural ceremonies. We've got the Ishimbiro. This is celebrated especially when females are initiated. Like there's a time where young females from ages between 12 and 13, they take them and they put them in one place. They teach them about life. They teach them about all these other changes that they will begin to see in their bodies. They teach them about that, and when you graduate, that's when they celebrate the Ishimbiro. This is a culture, and that's when they will be putting on those necklaces. They will be awarded the necklaces as the best graduates.
Do Wayeyi people do hunting?
Most of the Wayeyi people, they do hunting. They hunt, yes. They do fishing. Yeah, they are farmers, yes. They farm. They do a lot of things as their way of living.
Do they still wear traditional attires?
The Wayeyi people, for now, yes, they wear modern clothes, but as you go deeper in the Okavango Delta, those areas, you find most of them wearing the traditional attires. Yes, they make those from animal skins. They make their own clothes. They have this other, I don't know, I'll try to say this, but we call it matlwa. They use these ones, they tie them on their legs, especially when they are dancing their traditional dance, when they've got the bonfire, the family gatherings, or even at the khotla, they dance, they celebrate. Yeah, they sing most of their traditional songs wearing this traditional attire.
Do you also know how to dance those traditional dances?
I wish you could see me dancing because I also know how to dance the traditional dance. And
Oh, really?
yes, this is what I was doing most at when I was working at the safaris. I used to dance to the traditional dance. I know how to sing those, and most of us here we do that.
What food is common there?
As for food, we eat tsui. We get it from the river. It's just like, it's not an African potato. It's just a potato from the river. That's what we that's what we eat. We eat meat mostly, and we do eat lebelebele. We eat mabele. Those, we make porridges. We believe in God, yes. When it comes to the faith and belief, we believe that there is God who ascended to heaven.
Don't look any further. Your search for the ultimate mix show begins and ends here.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Please subscribe, like, and comment below. I will leave you with the next track. I will leave you with a very awesome track. Classic Mariachi by Jimena Contreras. Have fun. Adios.